This install was an Integra Cornerstone. We have a fairly nice coach here. Customer came in, was looking for a battery upgrade originally and an inverter upgrade. Stock, the Cornerstone came with 2 Magnum inverters to power almost the whole coach. So what we ended up doing was she came in. When she got here, she decided she wanted to upgrade to a full Victron system. We went with a full Victron system. We have twin inverters, twin 3000 volt amp inverters set up in split phase. We have 800 watts of solar put up onto the roof. And then we have 4 big battery Husky 2 400 amp hour 12 volt batteries. Typically, if someone was going to go with a system this large, I would probably shift more towards a 24 volt system. However, when she came in, originally the original install was going to be an upgrade to batteries and then sticking with the 12 volt Magnum inverters. We were going to originally replace one of the MS 2012 inverters for a 2812 inverter. And so we were stuck with the 12 volt system. Of course, it all shifted once she got here. So either way, there's plenty of power flowing through from the battery bank to the inverters. She's not going to experience any kind of issues with it. So one of the things that we also added to this install is that we put in an emergency bypass just in case something were to ever happen. Not that I suspect anything ever will, but if the customer needs to bypass the inverter system, we installed a bypass setup just below the transfer switch, which is going to basically route power directly from the transfer switch to the main circuit breaker panels in case there is an issue. Part of this install also involved us having to basically replace a control panel for the Magnum inverters. It had the solar charge controllers. It had all the standard devices from the factory installed into this plate. So one of the things that we did was we upgraded that to make up for the removal of the control panels for the Magnums and all of the other extra components. We went and replaced the cover. We wanted to ensure that there was no extra components up here, and we didn't want to leave holes, giving it a nice clean appearance. For those of you not familiar, the Cornerstone also includes 2 main circuit breaker panels. So you have your main 50 amp coming in, and then you have your basically 2 sub panels coming in. And what we were able to do was take from your main sub panel, the original inverters were set up to go from the mains down to the old Magnum inverters and then back to the main circuit breaker panel. What we basically did was, in order to keep the wiring all the same, we removed the inverter 1 and inverter 2 from the mains and basically just ran a jumper over into the secondary sub panels. So functionality is all the same. The customer isn't going to experience anything different than what they had. So it's user-friendly, familiar, so very little change other than the fact that they have a better power system. We also did a Touch 70. This is the new UI. For those of you that haven't seen this before, it's been out for a few months now. Pretty intuitive. They have a couple of different screens. You have brief, you have overview, which is that screen, notifications if there was anything going wrong, and then settings. So you can also go in and adjust the current limits right here. So you can adjust your current limits for the incoming power. You can change the inverter mode from on charger only, inverter only were off. Pretty simple navigation. With the cornerstone, we ended up having to install the meter or the monitor a little higher than I typically install them, but because of the path to get into where we did the install, the only way to be able to clear and get into this outside wall here was to be able to get it to mount a little bit higher. Shouldn't be an issue. Functionality is all going to be the same. Still a good clear view of it. No issues.
If we can help answer any questions or you would like a similar installation, please feel free to reach out.